What's good, y'all? This is episode 11 of Cookups. And before we get in the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn the post notifications on. And big shout out to this dude for commenting the video idea. Minecraft Alex, thank you so much. And if you guys want to comment any video ideas, it'd be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, you know that
This is Cookups.
What's going on, y'all? Today I'll be showing you guys different tips, tricks, and methods on how to sample. I'll be breaking it down into 3 different difficulty levels: beginner, medium, and advanced. And I'll be showing you guys how to sample on the playlist as well as in Fruity Slicer, which I'll show you guys later in the video. Alright, the first thing you want to do when it comes to sampling, you want to grab a sample, and I went ahead and grabbed Come Over by Aaliyah featuring Tank. Shout out Aaliyah, wearing a shirt today. And the most basic form of sampling, which has been used for almost half a century, is called looping. So when it comes to looping, you want to start off with a transient. You want preferably a kick. See, like that. That's a kick, snare, snare. And you want to count for a certain amount of bars. It could be a 2-bar loop, a 4-bar loop. And how you count bars is pretty simple. Usually in most songs, it's in 4/4, which means 4 beats per bar, and all you do is just count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here to here, this will be a 4-bar loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice right here. And now that I pulled it down, I'm gonna zoom in on this end and go over to this tool over here, click none, and this allows you to drag it without it locking onto the grid. And I want to drag it right before the kick. As you can see, the kick comes back right here. I want to drag it right here. And now this is going to be my loop. I can either drag this down or I can move it back to 130. And you can use this tool over here, or you can also click Shift M to toggle between them. And you can drag this to the 5 mark. And that is your 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now if you listen closely, we have a 4-bar loop. And it's on tempo. Now say you want to take the drums out and add your own drums on top, which a lot of people do. In FL Studio version 21.2, you can do that. So let me consolidate it, delete that, and then you want to click on this thing right to the left of track and click Extract Stems from Sample. Don't click the drums. You can click bass if you want bass. I'll click it just to show you guys, but usually I just do instruments and vocals, and you just hit extract. So now you have the bass, which is not too prominent in this part. You have the instruments, the vocals, and now you have more control of what you want to do with the sample. So say I want to cut out the instruments in one part, or if I want to cut out the vocals right here, I can do that easily. And I'll just add some simple trap drums on here so you can really feel how it sounds. So here it is with some basic trap drums on it. And obviously you can make it whatever speed you want. So if you want to make it a little bit faster, you just push up the BPM. So that's how you sample as a beginner in the playlist. Now I'm going to show you guys how to sample as a beginner using Fruity Slicer. So to open Fruity Slicer, you want to click on your sample, so it pops up, and right click this waveform down here, and it gives you a bunch of options. You can just do open a new Fruity Slicer channel. And when you do this, it'll automatically put it into whatever pattern you have selected. I have pattern 2. I created a new pattern. And it just goes in there like this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this slice tool and slice it to the beat. I enjoy doing that. You can do it in several different methods, but I found that this is the easiest one, just slicing it on the beat. I'm just going to delete it, so Control A, Control X. And you use this by placing the notes in whatever order you want and creating your own sounds. So, but say I wanted to mix it up a little bit, I can go 11 here, 10 here, 13 over here. And you can place them however you want just to create whatever sound you want. And you can play around with this until you get something that you like.
After 2, I
Now we're gonna get into the medium level of difficulty. And for this, I usually like to start off with my drums, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my drum loops, a little nice Dilla type drum loop, and let's start slicing. So a medium level sampling technique that I use, now I'm not looking for loops, I'm looking for different sounds, and I'm completely relying on my ear. So whatever sounds good, I can piece it up and use that to recreate something different. So I like this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and chop. I'm gonna grab this part too. And now that I grab these 4 pieces right here, I'm just gonna solo the drum loop and just audition each one of these pieces in different spots and just see what sounds good. Now I've took the pieces and reorganized them to fit the drums, and this is what it sounds like. And there's really no right way to do this, it's just whatever your ears tells you. But yeah, I think that sounds smooth, I think that sounds good. So I'm gonna rock with that. Now it's time to show you some medium level techniques in Fruity Slicer. So I'm gonna keep the same drum loop, and I'm gonna show you guys on my MIDI keyboard how I slice. So I have an Alesis VI-25. It has the drum pads too. Now I'm just gonna let the drum loop play, and I'm gonna use the pads to create my own melody. And this part is one of the most fun parts about creating beats in my eyes. It's so much fun to just play around with this. So you feel it, get a vibe for it, okay. All right, I found something I like, so I'm gonna go ahead and record it. All right, so to record, you just wanna select the pattern. You can open it too if you wanna see. And then you just hit record, hit space, and go to work. And then after you fix up everything you did, just make sure everything looks good. This is what it sounds like. And I've totally flipped the sample and changed it, and now it sounds different from the original slightly. And now we're gonna move on to the advanced methods. So for the advanced level, I'm gonna show you guys a beat that I already made and break down how I did it in Fruity Slicer. So this is what the beat sounds like. And I'll play the song that I sampled. It's a song that my dad told me to sample, so I went ahead and tried to chop it. Now the first thing I did is I extracted the instruments. So I took out the instruments and I pitched it down 3 semitones in here. And then in Fruity Slicer, I pitched it down 4 more semitones. So 7 semitones in total, or 700 cents, however you want to say it. And then I totally reconstructed it the way it sounds. So I'll play it by itself. Just gave it a completely different sound. And I put these drums on top, just simple. Very, very simple. Nice little bounce to it. And then to add some ambiance, I added the crackle in there. Then what I also did in this section, this is the whole entire sample that I chopped up a little bit. Then finally, I took the vocals from the sample, put this in a Fruity Slicer, and did this with it. Just to add some more effects to it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I manipulated this sample in Fruity Slicer. Now I'm going to show you how to do it on the playlist. Now for this advanced method, I'm going to be talking about micro chopping. This is something that J Dilla popularized, and that was also used by producers like Q-Tip, Kanye, Madlib. And micro chopping in the playlist is definitely harder than doing it in Fruity Slicer, but I'm going to show you guys in the playlist anyways. And what you want to do, you find different tiny little pieces throughout the song and piece them together kind of like a puzzle. So this is the sample that I'll be using, and shout out J Happ at 8%ing it through. let's get into it. So I'm gonna pitch it up first before I do anything, and then I'm gonna start chopping. Alright, quick little update. This is what micro chopping looks like in a playlist. And I'll play it without the drums first, then with the drums. Now with the drums. And now I'm gonna add some effects onto it. So I'm not gonna make an entire beat with this, but I just added a little bass line. I added the vinyl crackle as well. And this is what a beat would sound like if you use the micro chopping technique. Very, very intricate, tiny chops that create a whole entire different melody. And just to remind you guys, this is what I started with. And I flipped it into this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you can take something from it and add it to your own producer bag. And if you guys have any other video ideas or anything like that, just let me know, type it in the comments, and I got y'all. Alright, now on to the outro. Appreciate you guys watching to the end. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any video ideas, any questions, just type them down in the comments, and I got you. Again, appreciate y'all watching. And this has been...